Hello, everyone, and welcome to, I was about to say Community Cleric. That was last night. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lord of the Rings Rangers of the North. Here, our thrilling conclusion on DMDM Studios. I don't know if my players can see Twitch. They are seeing a map that they do not see in Roll20 right now because I haven't moved them over to it. I am going to get my players to go around, say a little bit about their character, and then we're going to dive right into the action and see if we can save Miss Sandy Banks. Yep, I'm pretty sure that's her name. We're going to go, I'm going to make Nikki go first because that's how we roll.
Gotta keep the tradition. It's the last game. I'm Nikki. Hi. I'll be playing Pepper, the Hobbit Mariner, and Pepper is ready to go. She is like prepared. Her whole life has led to this moment. She's ready.
Fantastic. Who's next? Ark.
Hey, I'm Arcanian Ending, or Ark for short. I am playing Pen, the noble Gondorian human lord. Pen is super excited to be in battle. She loves making a name for herself, so what better than to finally have a masterful fight?
Fantastic. And Courtney.
Hello, I'm Court. I'm playing Coco the Elf Magician. She was led to this dreadful scene by her faithful friends, the French Hens, and they're cracking the case with the girls.
Those French hens. Those damned French hens. JJ.
Hi everyone, my name is JJ and I'm playing Kiana, human barbarian, and yeah, Kiana's very pumped now. You know, she's got her bread and butter, a good fight.
Hopefully it'll be a good fight. I can appreciate that. Lulu.
Hi, I'm Lulu. I am playing Grandma Nellie, the sweet bun baking grandmotherly hobbit who is not quite sure how she got herself involved in all this. She just wanted to go out into the world and look for new plants and maybe have a few adventures. But she is here to support her friends, and we'll see how it goes.
And it started so early tonight, you guys. Oh, it's been such a week.
And that was a great session.
Oh, thanks everybody for coming. Unresolved endings. Momo.
Hello, I'm Momo. I am playing Lane, our wandering minstrel dwarf, who, as you might have learned in a previous session, glued on their beard. It's canon, and they will find some glue in the next town. She is following Coco to ensure that she is safe from the terrible wiles of the beasts, which are trying to entrap her. She feels it is her duty as Coco's, confidant to keep her safe from the demon horse and army of chickens.
Oh my God, they were confidants.
Sorry, Momo, I was just moving your camera over just a little bit. That was on me. All right, here we go. I am your narrator, Sarah. I tell you what, viewers and my players, if we come back and do like a second season or a reprise, we are not using this rule set, okay? Like, it was fun to try something new when it was like an idea of, oh, this will be something new. It's not fun. Other rule systems are great. Try other rule systems. Like, D&D is not the only role-playing game out there. It's a great system, but it's not the only one. Just don't try this one. That's all I think that we're saying here. Can we agree? Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely time.
Yeah,
Lovely time. Great. Then in that case, when last we met our fellowship, you were heading downstairs in the... Oh, trouble. In the Miller's...
The mill.
In the mill, that's right. In the Miller's grind house, following some footprints through the... some foot and paw prints through the dust and flour that lay on the floor. And as you head downstairs, you make out some very specific sights. You see an altar that stands in the middle of the room, surrounded by black candles. On it is the form of a young hobbit girl, and at the far end, Lothan stands, dressed in black and gold robes. To his right, a thin, pale human, also dressed in some grayish tones, and to his left is a huge, hulking male, dressed in rough skins and fur, not unlike Kiana's. Looking up, Lothan screams in rage. The once mild-mannered, kind, and seemingly very community-minded Lothan, who had returned from ag school. I'm thinking like Cal Poly Slow. I don't know if any of you guys are from like California, but like that's the vibe that I get from him. But also awful, like just the worst though. And he screams, "How dare you interrupt a right to the Dark Lord! Arthidal, Vral, kill them so we can continue with the ceremony." And with this, the humans attack. So I'm going to get everybody to roll for initiative. As I yawn, 'cause it's definitely one of those days.
You damn straight it is.
It's been one of those
12.
weeks
Okay.
all weeks.
It's been one of those lives. Sorry.
No, really.
Momo.
But really.
We're just rolling 1d6, right?
I think it's 2d6 plus your modifier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your initiative.
Oh shit. Okay, hold on.
8. That is an 8. That's an 8.
You can feel free, if you're in Roll20, feel free to pop that stuff in on your own.
I don't see Pepper on here. Fine, I'll just die.
What? That's on me.
Pepper, I'll just go home. It's fine.
Copy and paste. Copy and paste.
And my rolls
Here's
suck.
Pepper. All right.
I always go last. Shitty ass roll.
And we need Kiana running in there first.
No, bro.
No.
Come on. These dice are killing me.
Oh no, these dice are killing me. That's what's happening. Oh
Nice.
no. Okay. Let's put everybody in order here, shall we? Bum, bum, bum. So it looks like Max and then Penn and then Nellie will go first. And kind of all at the same time. So just be aware that we'll go quickly through those.
I still don't see me on here. Is it on yours? Maybe mine's just not loading properly.
You don't see
Yeah,
Pepper?
I don't see
Pepper.
Pepper on here.
Pepper is right above Coco.
I don't see her on the turn order.
Oh, in the turn
Oh.
order?
I,
turn
you know
on.
what? I'm sorry. That's my bad. That's because I didn't, after I added the token, I didn't add the turn
Oh.
for the token.
Oh, yeah.
That's on me. That's on me.
Happy.
And Nikki, what did Pepper get?
9.
9. 3 12s and 3 9s. That's interesting. All right. Max, why don't you go first? You guys are kind of tightly, stacked on this little stair going down. So there is a banister, so you could feasibly jump down, or you could kind of like try to get Kiana to step to the side. I don't know how well that's going to go, but that may be an option.
Do I
how close are the humans attacking us? Can I jump and like grapple?
So can you see? I haven't hid them, right? You guys can see them on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are real spaces. So there is a ruler feature.
It's not quite. Yeah, I'll attempt to try to jump down.
Okay.
And just whichever one's the hulking one. I want to go after the big guy.
Yeah, that's the big one, for sure. Give me an athletics check just to see, that you don't break your ankle, biff it over the stairs.
Would that be like acrobatics or climb?
I would say acrobatics.
Acrobatics.
We'll squat for you.
Or
There is
jump.
Yeah, I was gonna say
There is
there's
actually a
stat.
jump thing. I think I think what you're trying to do is fall forward, a controlled fall rather than like a jump. But I mean, you can roll whatever you want.
12.
Like literally, you could be like, I don't know, I'm rolling an observe check, and I'd be like, yeah, this rule set's shitty. I'm gonna allow it. A 12.
I rolled a 12. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You jump down and do this really cool little barrel roll, and spring forward.
Awesome. Ooh, that's not as good. But I have really good. It's a 10 to attack.
A 10 to attack that guy. Remind me which weapon you carry.
I have a longsword.
You swing your longsword through the air, and this hulking, meaty, quite sweaty, like flour is like starting to stick to him. It's a moisture that's not great. He is prepared for you though, and he ducks out of the way as you swing your longsword. Do you only get one attack?
Yeah.
Okay. I forget you guys are starter characters because it feels some days like we've been using this rule set for so long that you should have higher levels. Okay, very good. Pen.
It's been 86 years.
It feels that way. Pen, what would you like to do?
I want to have like a very Captain America moment with my shield.
Love this.
So I want to jump down superhero style and then try to throw my shield at where the ritual is, try to knock over candles or disrupt whatever's happening in that circle.
What is your shield? Is your shield like a Captain America style shield?
It's like a small round shield. So
hey, you're not wrong. It is a little like cat shield.
a little. Like a little buckler.
I love it. Yeah, okay. So you're gonna do it from where you are, you're gonna move forward to do that.
Yeah, I'd like to jump down and then just kind of throw it low along the floor and try to disrupt candles.
Give me an acrobatics check for kind of both. We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm not very agile. I'm more beefy, so we'll see how this goes. That's a 6.
A 6 is not the worst. You jump down, and you're right. You are a little bit beefy. You're kind of ready to, get into more hand-to-hand style combat. And you don't have a problem getting down. You're not that far up comparative to some other people. The problem is more when you go to roll, the symbol that's on your shield isn't it's not made for bowling, dark right candle bowling. It makes it wobbly on one side, and so it kind of veers off. It does knock down, let's say, 2 of the candles, but it doesn't smudge a lot of whatever the red, whether it's blood or sand or something that's been traced there. It doesn't do any of that kind of thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Grandma Nellie.
Well, she is going to move in just far enough into the room so she's kind of in behind Pen still, And she is going to use her slingshot and to try to go after the guy that Max is attacking.
Okay.
We'll see if she can hit with it. I think that is probably a hit because that is 9 plus 5.
That
So
is
14.
a hit. Yeah, absolutely. As you jump down, you see Max swing his sword, and you can already see that this hulking guy is going to duck out of the way of Max's sword. I'm sorry, she swings down her sword. You're going to see that this guy is going to duck out of the way of Max's sword, but you see where this hulking moist flower dude is heading, and you pull your slingshot and crack this guy right in the forehead. Goose egg incoming. Roll your damage.
Only 3 damage.
3. Look, 3's not nothing.
But it's better than nothing.
3 is
and
not.
then she's just going to move a little bit further, kind of over into this corner, so that she's in a better position for what she wants to do here once the rest of the party is engaged.
All right. Coco. And then Pepper, you'd be on deck.
Okay, Coco is gonna hop down from this area because it takes a little bit of time to channel her spells, and she's full confidence that Max is gonna turn this dude into like strawberry jam before she can get him.
Sure.
So she's going to start channeling her lightning bolt towards this guy in the way back.
Okay. And that takes a couple of rounds.
Yeah, so that takes this one round to charge, and then it'll go off on my next turn.
All right. All right. I love that.
Yeah, but I don't have to roll to hit, so.
Hey, auto hit.
Yeah.
Max, give me an observe check.
$14.
14. As you're swinging your longsword, this guy ducks under it. You see a rock come and just clock him in the noodle. That's definitely going to hurt. As you're gearing your sword up for another attack, you notice movement out of the side of your eye as a gigantic wolf comes and tries to bite you. This creature can do things. It shows me what the bite damage is, but not what to roll for bite. So that's so great. That's so helpful.
Wow.
Thanks. Thanks, Dungeon Master's Guide. You really all prepared so well. It also
It helps guide you, you know.
look.
What a great system. Wow.
Wow.
How on brand.
How on brand. One of the things it said, you know, one of the prep solutions was like, he barely escapes, but they I mean, obviously ran spell check, but spell check doesn't check for if the word is actually a word. So what it actually says is he barely escapes. And I was like, he grain of wheat like fermented.
Is that a fucking mill pun? Because we're in a mill.
Oh my god.
That I feel like is giving them credit that for sure is unearned.
Yeah, probably.
That
Much
is,
credit.
we know that that's not what they were trying for.
You're too nice, Court.
I see puns where I want to see them, which is everywhere.
She said the classic barley escape maneuver.
Oh my god.
The barley escape maneuver. First off, barley escape maneuver would be an excellent like
Barley.
80s synthwave cover band
Yes.
It would.
Yep.
The
Great name.
barley
Yeah.
escape maneuver.
Barley.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm just picturing just like a pocket full of barley, and when you need to go somewhere, you just chuck it in someone's face and run as fast as
Sprinkle
you
it.
can.
Pocket sand.
I will
Just like pocket
require
sand.
I will require a Pepper TikTok of this
I
after
will
this
see
game.
what I can do.
For sure.
Oh my god.
I love it. If you guys are not following Nikki on TikTok, she is doing a bunch of Pepper TikToks, and they are so
Hysterical.
good. They're so good.
They're a lot of fun to make.
I mean, I can't believe it took so long for you to get into it after
Yeah.
knowing how much fun Amanda was having with it. Okay, armed combat with fangs. So that's a 13 to hit you there, Max.
That will hit.
All right, and then that is 6 points of damage as these fangs sink in right in between your bracers, kind of almost like a police canine grabbing the arm and just shaking it ferociously, getting right in under where your laces tie up to tighten your bracers, and definitely leaving some puncture marks. A tetanus shot would not be out of line. I don't know if Coco carries those with her. And seeing that his faithful pup is holding you, Brochacho, Moist Chacho, I think for sure that's the name that we're going with. He is going to take a swing at you. Oh no. Oh, not quite a critical failure, but so much. A 7 to hit probably does not hit.
That does not hit, no.
As the wolf rips your arms sideways, it yanks your whole body. This thing is so big, it is just having its way with all of its wolf with rippling muscles. That sounds like a very different style of fan fiction that I would appreciate if nobody ever makes about our game. But it pulls you. It's too late. JJ's already writing it.
Yep.
JJ's going back on Redemption's writer's block, and they're writing this out. That's how this is going. It pulls you. I mean, it hurts, but it also pulls you out of the way as this guy swings his great axe down at you. Pepper, and then Lane, you're on deck.
Okay. So Pepper is going to creep her way into the room like a creep. As I'm looking around, the guy on the other side of the circle, what is he up to currently? Is he just like standing there looking at everybody, or is he like chanting, or
Bald and gold or grays? North or west?
North.
North. That's Lothan Brooktoes, a hobbit.
Okay, yeah.
And his face is red verging on purple, veins bulging out as he is screaming orders to stop you all.
Okay. Okay. I think what Pepper's gonna do is just fucking go full ham, because why not?
Absolutely.
She's a crazy person. I think this is. Sorry, my cat is on my sheet. I gotta go get
I'm
your butt off there.
definitely making us a barley escape maneuver t-shirt. I really feel like that's
Can we please?
it's gonna have French hens on it, and it's gonna look
Yes.
like a brew pub style. Come on.
Like a barley tea
And,
kind of.
and cinnamon buns. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I am going to just like book it over here.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a look at her in the middle of the circle. Is she like totally knocked out?
She is. That's such a great question. That why would they even care about her? So
she's
they
a lady.
didn't.
They're not gonna tell you.
She's a lady.
She's damseling. She's in distress.
Damseling.
My new favorite verb.
Yep.
Thanks to Courtney. My new favorite verb.
Court is a clown.
She is not moving at the moment. You can certainly take, your action to like do a check and check on her if you'd like.
I'm
If
just
you
going
wanna
to
get
grab her
close
arm and start
and-
pulling her away from this blood circle.
Awesome. Give me a
Risking it all.
strength check.
Abigail, blow on these for good luck. Thank you.
I
Oh,
love that.
okay, not bad. I'll allow it. It's gonna be an 11.
An 11, yeah. She is also a fellow Hobbit lady, and you just gank her to the side. And as you do, she kind of looks up startled, scared at what she's going to find. And as she sees you, you just see like her eyes start to well up a bit. And then there's this moment of like, now is not the time to fall to pieces. I'm going to be okay. And she like tries to get her, she's wearing kind of like boho peasant style clothing, and she's trying to get her skirt up so that she can run with you. But you two are, I will say you're able to make it a little bit a ways because I know you used quite a bit of movement to get up there. Lane. Kiana on deck.
So, Lane is. I have a question first of all. Sorry.
Sure.
What's my movement? Because I'm having a hard time finding it on my sheet. I feel like it's here, but I'm blind and I'm really sorry.
No, don't be sorry. This is a shitty system.
I've been.
Just blame the system, Momo. Blame the system.
Always blame the system.
Yeah. This system sucks.
It really is awful. You know what? There was something really specific about dwarven movement.
Of course there was.
It was like dwarves and hobbits couldn't move as much as others, which kind of like, all right, sure, I will.
A little bit of homophobia, but
I'm just saying, man. Gimli was keeping pace with Legolas and Aragorn, so
I will say
really fast with short legs.
I went to an IKEA with Court, and she is very tall, and I am very short, and I kept up with her just fine. If not, was ahead of her.
There you go.
I'm specifically thinking about
We
that.
know how to shuffle. Short
Look.
people know how to shuffle.
We
Yeah.
understand that there is a basic rule that if it's true at IKEA, it's true in every multiverse. So
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say you get the
Yeah.
same like 30, 35 feet movement everybody else does.
IKEA is like the default map of life.
Yeah.
We love equity and equality. Let's go. All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. Oh, sorry, Kiana.
Okay.
She's gonna
If
get
you need
here.
like a little, if you need a little boost, I'll like Kiana will throw up.
Throw me at the bad guy. No. So yeah,
You
as,
like yeet me.
yeet to me. As she like kind of squeezes past Kiana, like, oh, excuse me. Okay, so I'm gonna go in there, real sneaky like, and I'm gonna catch him off guard. You're gonna back me up, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, hell yeah. We're coming in. You better knock your shit off, or else I'm gonna kick your shit in. You hear like like booming voice just screaming from behind, and she's like swinging her axe around, and you like probably hear it like clink clink off of the hallway.
Absolutely. Give me a like persuade check there.
Oh. Let's go.
there's an
Or
intimidate one as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a better one. Give me an intimidate check.
Damn it. Can I
Yeah, sure, I'll let you persuade.
Okay. That's a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 9.
A 9. You are too short to see it across all of the other people who are blocking the way. But Pepper, as you're dragging the Hobbit lady, you notice that Skanky Greyclothes here, he is looking a little bit scared. He is not liking the noise and the sound and the threat, especially because he can't see what's making that noise and sound and threat. And that's never a great thing in a dark cult room. So he's a little bit shaken by that. Sure,
As
absolutely.
he should be. Yeah, she's making like really threatening loud noises, like as if there's just so many axes coming at you. Axe gonna give it to you. Let's go.
Absolutely, that's what's going to happen. Kiana and then Max, you will be up after the last two baddies.
Let's see. Okay. So first, I would think that Kiana, after Lane's wonderful performance, would probably look back at Lane and be like, "Good job," like respect, like yeah. And then I would probably see the wolf and be like I would probably see the wolf as like the biggest threat in the room. And the fact that he has Max, I'll be like, ooh, another one. DJ Khaled. Just about to be like, oh, another one. Another wolf to add to my collection. You feel me? So I think I'll take my great axe. And we'll probably, let me see, I'm down here. So I gotta get through a lot of people. I think I can make that distance, right?
Sure.
I don't know what my movement
wolf?
thing is.
Yeah, you can get to the wolf.
Okay.
Sure.
So I would probably just kind of wedge a little bit through Pen and Coco. I don't know if that'll cut Coco's a line of vision to get to the wolf, and try to take a swing at it with my great axe.
Okay. Go ahead and take your swing.
Bet. That's a 7.
A 7. Does that include your bonus from your weapon? Or is that just what you rolled?
That's just what I rolled to hit.
What about your bonus from your weapon?
Oh, that's a 7. So
14.
7. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, 14 definitely hits. That is how we do. Yes, absolutely a 14 hits. Go ahead, roll your damage.
Wow.
Max, you see Kiana come streaking up, and just kind of like an excellent linebacker, you know that that she is about to bring the pain, and you, with all of your strength, fight against this wolf to try to get it to hold still as much as possible, so that she can get a clean cleave. And in fact, she does. She comes down hard on like the shoulder of this great beast that is digging into you.
That is a 9 plus 7.
That is not shabby at all.
A 2d6 plus 7, yeah.
Holy smokes.
16.
You cut deep, like 4 or 5 inches through thick matted fur. You notice that this creature is not in fact a wolf. You may not know what it is, but it is not a wolf. It is too bony and too big and too muscly. And it is something. You know that a strike like that would kill a normal wolf. This is something else entirely. Is there anything else you'd like to do for your turn? Is there anything else you can do?
No, I think that ends my turn. Yeah.
That's a pretty effective turn. I can appreciate that.
That was fun.
Yeah, Athadal. Gray Skank is his last name. You know, like Gandalf Greymere. Is that what his name is? Greyhelm? Nikki, give me some support here.
Sorry, I was reading. Yes, it is Greyhelm.
Greyhelm. Yeah, this guy is Athadal Greyskank. That's what I've decided. And he is going to step forward, pulling out a couple of small hand axes, and he is going to try to hit Pepper because he needs the lady for his dark rituals. 13 to hit. Does that beat your defense, Pepper?
Oh, sorry. What was it?
13.
Yes, it beats it.
All right. And that is 10 points of damage as He strikes at you. You are not in a position to put up any kind of defense. You are trying to help this young woman get out of the way, and he takes full advantage of that, striking into you, and leaving what will be a very cool scar that you're going to get to tell a story about at some point. But for right now, is now bleeding heavily all over everything. The big cheese is going to... I don't know that counterspell is an option. But if it is, that's what he'd be doing.
Oh, God.
No, it is not. I don't understand why this system is so hard to use. My goodness gracious.
They say the system was so hard to use that they jailed the guy over it.
Yep.
That and the stealing all of the money from the company. That
It was
part
mostly
too.
the rules, though.
It was
mostly the rules, yeah.
Mostly the whole system. I heard it was also heavily due to the line that says there are no women dwarves, which is also a big lie.
Yeah.
They were like, we were gonna let you go, but then we saw
dwarf.
this specific sentence and we decided no.
Yeah.
They were like, it's a yikes. It's a yikes from us. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
You're good. All Gucci. All good in the hood. Don't worry.
It's all good in this dungeon.
Can I get
of rings?
You see, especially you, Coco, you're keeping your eyes trained on this dude because you're about to call forth the lightning of the matriarchy all over this dude's saggy ass. And you see him pull something out of a pouch and strike it against his nails, sending like a string of sparks shooting off. And I'm going to get Max. No. Well, yeah. I'm going to get Max and Kiana to make me a swiftness test. So roll with your swiftness number.
12.
Hey.
11.
11. All right. You each take half damage because you succeeded. So you each take 3 points of damage as these sparks go shooting across, burning little flecks of exposed skin. Kiana, your wolf pelt catches on fire and you have to pat it out really quickly. Yeah, pretty much exactly like that. Max, you are up.
All right. I'm going to just keep going at this same guy.
Okay.
He's gross and covered in flour, and I really want him to go away. 12?
A 12 does hit.
Woo, finally. Starting to lose confidence in my sword for a second. 13 points of damage.
13 points of damage. Oh, I almost gave it to you. I'm glad that I did not do that. Yeah, you string forward this time, and he wasn't expecting you to be able to so quickly rebound with your free arm from this wolf, but you catch him unawares, slicing from kind of the bottom up and slicing along from his kind of shoulder area up and across his face, leaving a really good kind of scar. Assuming he survives, it will be a good scar. Otherwise, it'll just be a death wound. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, I think I'm just going to kind of position myself with my shield to just be like ready with whatever Kiana's going to do, just to like support that as well, because we're in the middle of the fight here.
Sure, absolutely.
Almost get back to back with her. Like, let's do this.
Love it. Pen.
All right. Penn wants to like come up next to Pepper to help try to defend this hobbit girl.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. And I will take a swing with my sword at the dude with axes. That's a 12 to hit.
12 hits.
Awesome.
And as you strike, you have a great sword or a long sword?
Long sword, yeah.
A long sword. As you strike, you realize he's not wearing armor. He's wearing some kind of like mage's robes, perhaps?
Good. So the sword will be very effective.
It will be.
Yeah. That's 10 damage.
10 damage. Nice.
I want to just like yell, like, stop this, you can't win.
Okay. Give me a persuade. Are you trying to persuade him or are you trying to intimidate him?
More persuade.
Okay, give me a persuade check. And then Nellie, you're going to be on deck.
14.
A 14. You see him, he's holding his axes up after taking a really good strike at Pepper. And you see this kind of doubt cover his eyes. And you have seen this before lots of times, being the accomplished swordswoman you are. And you see that this is a person who maybe is faltering. Their confidence is not standing up to the test of combat itself. 14's an excellent roll. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, thank you.
Nellie.
Well, Nellie, seeing kind of this wall of her comrades in front of her and the hobbit girl, at least off the altar, she is just going to run kind of up here. And as she's running, she's going to put away her slingshot and pull out her rolling pin. And she is just going to try to club this guy. I don't know if she can hit his head or not. She's kind of short, but maybe take him out at the knees.
I love it.
So let's
Go for the groin.
Yeah, exactly. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to hit.
11 hits.
Okay, and that is what? 2d6 plus 2.
I love this idea
9,
that Lane is
11.
about to like run up and have to play like Red Rover and get through her own line. I love this so much. Sorry,
Oh, it
how
was
much?
not a lie. It was not a lie.
No. How much damage there, Lulu?
Slide under
11
the-
points.
11 points. Man, you get. And sorry, this was with your
My
your
rolling
rolling
pin.
pin. You had your children were boys, were they not?
A boy and a girl.
A boy and a girl. You watched your son play this delightful little game roughly right around the onset of puberty called Nut Flick. And you really hated watching them play it because it was not fun for anybody, the winner or the loser. And but you've learned from that maneuver, and you've learned the snap attack technique, and you whip out your rolling pin, almost kind of like butting it, and you manage to pinch the skin right near where kind of like the jock strap of this dude's cod piece is, and he just, even above the noise of the onslaught that is happening, you hear the pain. It is, you remember that James Bond movie where he was tied to the chair naked and they swung up with the like knotted rope from the bottom, and every man in the theater that you were watching it with just went, ugh! That is the noise that you're hearing right now, okay? Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
No, she's just like, don't mess with us hobbits.
I love that so much. Coco. How does it go?
Okay. We're gonna zap him. So I can roll damage. 4d6.
46.
Ooh, oh shit. Okay. So that's 11 plus 2 plus 4. So I can do math. That's 13 plus 17. I did it all by myself.
17 points. Holy moly. This blinding flash of light gathers in this corner, and at first what you think is just maybe that the candles have gotten extremely bright, you realize is nature itself trying to stop this dark summoning, as just all of the static from the machinery and the other bits of just kinetic energy in the space zero in on this dude and just blast the shit out of him. He staggers back against the wall, taking a heaving breath and just kind of like trying to put out what little smoldering fires have occurred on his robes. He is not having a good time. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Coco?
Ooh, so this wolf that's in front of Kiana, is that the wolf? Is that the wolf with the backstory, or is it a different wolf?
This is the wolf. As you're kind of looking now, you see this is the wolf who you had spoken with previously.
Okay, I'm scared. But I'll that's my turn. I have to start casting again next turn, I think.
Okay.
This is how it goes.
Okay. And it is it's not a wolf, but it is that creature's turn. And it is going to let go of Max's arm and turn its full ire on Kiana. That is a critical success. It's about time I got one of those. Nikki will tell you my DM dice are usually vicious bitches, and these ones have been very, very far too loving. This is going to be.
That's what you want to hear as a player.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Who's getting attacked right now?
To get freaking murked.
Yeah.
Second game in, you killed Mike's character. So.
I did. Well, okay, look, he rolled a natural one on his death saving throw. That had nothing to do with me. That's not about me.
Fair.
Okay.
He didn't have halfling luck. Oh no.
No.
Oh, no.
No. And he got reincarnated the next episode, so he's fine.
Okay.
That is 18 points of damage as this wolf's teeth sinks in, not as it goes to jump on you. You start to back away to get out of the way of it, and instead it comes down, clamping itself on your thigh, and just wrapping its massive jaws around your leg, and shaking and tearing the skin. And blood immediately starts flowing out of that wound. Athadal Gray Skank is going to take a couple steps back, and he pulls something from one of the pouches at his waist. He pulls out what looks to be something no larger than kind of like a matchbox. And you see him reach down to the little kind of counter that's beside him and pick up a little bag of something, and you notice that it starts to smoke and smolder in his hand, and eventually starts to catch fire, which probably isn't a great sign. Pepper, and then Lane, you're going to be on deck.
Okay. I'm going to go back to this girl and try and help her on her feet.
Okay. Easily done. Easily done. You
Okay.
You don't even really have to reach down. Helping her right up.
Perfect. I'm going to yell at her to run. Get out of here.
Okay.
As fast as you can.
Okay. And I'll have her go right after you because I didn't roll initiative for her. And so she does. She starts to take off and she makes it nearly to the staircase. Is there an action you would like to do?
Yep. I'm going to run over here and fuck this guy up. Screw that guy. Oh, shit. Okay, great. That's fantastic. Okay. So that's going to be a 6 to hit.
A 6 does not hit. As you get close, this fire that is burning has a very like acrid sulfuric smell to it, and your eyes immediately start to water. So as you strike forward with your blade, you're not aiming true. Lane, and then Kiana, you're on deck.
All right, boss. So Lane is like back in this hallway still, and she doesn't know what the hell's going on up over there. This is a wall, right? That there's like a little entrance
It's
there,
like a banister, so it's not totally a wall.
Oh, okay. So I can like peek over, probably get like glimpses of like the heat of the battle, you know,
Absolutely.
imagining. So yeah, Lane is she's just like back there this whole time. She's just been like cheering on silently, like on her bed, like yeah, punch him, and just, you know, getting really into it, and sees like the lady running towards us, and or towards her, I guess, and is gonna like kind of hop out to the side with her axe in hand, and that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Is gonna run, like kind of just run full freaking force up ahead, passes by Coco and is like, don't worry, I got this. And keeps running and like comes to Kiana's back and just like, okay, I'm here to back you up. What's the plan? Let's go. I'm ready. And they're just like swinging it around, and then in the middle of fight of swinging it, they're just like, like with their flute portion, because I can't hit anybody, so she's just causing like a ruckus, and it's just like the hype woman, basically, like super hype woman.
All right. You know what? Give me.
So if I could yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Give me a persuade check, and
okay.
And if you can roll high enough, I will give some people some bardic inspiration here.
Yes, let's go. Oh, fuck dice though, man. That did me dirty. I got a 3 on the dice. And you said persuasion. That's a 3 plus 4. That's 7. Total.
A 7. Look, hey, that's not awful. Your little like doodle-doodle-doo. That is, I mean, Kiana is seriously hype anyway. Kiana didn't need a lot to get pushed over that edge, right? So yeah, I would say Kiana for sure. Get yourself an extra D6. You're going to get to roll that with whatever roll you make. I will give you an extra D6 there for that. That makes sense to me. And let's see, who else has been particularly like hyped up easy by you? I'm going to say like Pepper has a real like, let's fucking get it attitude, and has really like shown quite a bit. Graminelli doesn't need that. Like Graminelli's just taking care of business. But yeah, I'm going to say Pepper definitely gets an extra D6 for inspiration as well.
They bonded over their hatred for the horses, that camaraderie.
Absolutely. And there is a wolf here trying to hurt you guys. Like, I feel like that is fine.
That's our moment. Our time to strike.
Absolutely. Lane, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
That's it, boss.
All right. Kiana.
All right, so now that I have, of course, the hype master laying right behind me. Instead of yelling out like in pain, I'm gonna do like a boisterous kind of this like wolf clamps down like on my thigh that's like now fully on bleeding. I'm gonna kick my knee up, the one that it's attached to, like kind of kick it up, and then swing down with my axe.
Like just trying to like sandwich him.
Yeah, so like I'm gonna like
Yeah.
put my knee up to like kind of push him a little, like
Yeah.
whoa, and then
chopping
straight
board
with the
style. I'm with this.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I get it.
So
you can roll all three if you'd like, and then just take the two, or like, yeah, roll all three.
Yeah. Okay. I got a 6.
With all three?
No, with all three, I have an 8. With all three.
And plus your weapon.
And my weapon, which is, what the hell did I say last time?
Like a 7, right?
It was a 7, right? Am I looking at the right number? Holy shit, hold on.
7?
No, which number am I supposed to look at? Armed combat?
Armed combat, yeah.
Shit, yeah, now I was totally looking at the wrong number. Okay, so that's a 2, so that's a 10.
A 10, look, 10's not too shabby. You know, as you go to bring up your knee, it's a good theory. It's good in practice that this is what you'd be doing. But as you go to lift your knee, you forgot that those teeth are still clamped down. And as it starts to rip through your flesh, there's even the madness that exists within you does have a physical limit. And as this not wolf is very much dragging you towards that limit, you're hurting. And as you go to bring down your weapon, it just can't quite cut through the thick skin and fur of this warg.
Okay. I hate this thing. It'd be a monster.
Gray Skank is going to try to duck out of the way quickly of Pepper and launch a projectile. Can I get Pin, Kiana, Max, and the wolf to roll, to the not wolf, to roll a swiftness check, please?
Ooh, 2 6s.
Critical success.
5.
10.
Okay. So Max and Pen, you're only going to take half damage, which is 8 points of half damage. Kiana, as you're trying to focus on this wolf, you don't notice this bag of basically like Kindle pitch come flying at you and basically explode, sparks and heat and fire flung everywhere. Max and Pen, you're able to kind of like block some of it from, or, you know, turn away so that you don't take the brunt of it in kind of like your face and your hands and your arms. But Kiana, you're also not as armored as the others, and you take quite a bit of damage from that. Lothan.
How much damage am I taking?
Sorry, that was 10, 6, 19 points. What level
19.
What level hurt are you right now?
I am. Let's see. I have 3. That's 21. I have 11 health. So is that? Am I injured?
Yeah. So
I'm injured now. Yeah, I'm at injured level.
So remember, when you guys start to take those levels of damage, that whatever that negative is comes off of your rolls. So like account for that as you're rolling for stuff.
God damn. Like I really need that. The audacity.
You notice the Lothan, the miller, start to almost like hum a little bit to himself. And as he does, he starts to pour out a little bit of liquid in front of him from this very small, almost like a perfume vial. And it's this thick, black, inky liquid. And as it hits the ground, it starts to sizzle, and this immediate smoke of just pitch blackness rises up around him. And you guys lose vision on him. Max.
Yeah, so seeing Kiana kind of struggle with the wolf, I'm going to turn from the guy I've been fighting with, like swing my sword around and try to bring it down straight on top of not wolf.
Okay.
14?
14 absolutely hits, yeah.
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. You come back across the back haunches of this great beast, slicing off just a huge chunk of like fur and butt meat, basically, as this creature is like howls in pain. Obviously, is not feel good, but he is still latched on to Kiana's thigh. Pen.
Are there like attacks of opportunity in this?
This system does not account for something like that.
Okay, so I could move and like not have the wolf attack me, I guess is my question.
Yes.
Okay. Since it's just like smoky over there, right? Like I have no vision into where Lothan just disappeared.
Yes.
Okay. I want to like run into there and see what if he's still there or disappeared.
Sure, absolutely. Are you running across what you know to be like the blood and candle area, or are you running around it?
Oh, let's run right through it. What could go wrong?
I so appreciate this very much.
Head first, eyes closed, and can't lose.
Absolutely.
What do I know about dark magic? Like nothing.
I don't know. Do you know anything about dark magic?
No.
No, you know nothing.
I don't know anything about magic in general.
I love this. Yeah, absolutely. You go running through there, and there for sure is a test that you will have to make.
And the Hobbit girl got out just fine. What could go wrong?
Out, I think is the real key word of her motion there. That is a, I'm going to get just maybe a vitality check. No, you know what? Sorry, there is a wisdom reaction. Let's do a wisdom reaction.
Okay. That is 8.
8. As you run through, your boots slip on the slick, whatever this is that has drawn this sigil shape. It's not a pentagram like you see here. That's clearly, this is from a different system. There is like a sigil shape there, and your boots slip in it, and as you try to gather your balance and momentum, the thick sizzling oil chokes your vision and your breathing. You're not like immediately able to see anything. It's not like it clears up in the middle. So what would you like to do being in the middle of this area?
In the smoke where I can't see.
Yeah.
And I'm a danger to everyone.
100%, yeah.
Like I have my sword and I'm probably just like whirling around looking, like knowing that this is a back wall here, but I'm not gonna like strike out just
Okay.
in case it's an ally or
Okay.
something.
Give me an observe check, but just use 1 dice to roll.
Okay. 6.
You rolled a 6?
No, it's 4
Oh.
plus 2.
I was like, that's very impressive. A 6.
Just one eye.
Roll, you know what? Roll a second d6 and tell me what it says.
Interesting. It's a 5.
You remember this lesson from when you were a kid where the battle master of your mother's standing army was trying to teach you some basic self-defense in case you ever got like kidnapped or whatever. And you remember being blindfolded and being really frustrated because you couldn't see. So how were you expected to fight against something you couldn't see? And you remember the battle master teaching you that you don't always need to see to be aware of what's going on around you. And in this split second, this memory comes back to you, and just ever so faintly, you hear a click, click. And you hear like stone grinding against stone before something clicks back into space. Nellie, what would you like to do?
Well, I have a question
Sure.
for you. Is it possible to gift a courage point? Kind of like a inspiration point? Because Nellie, having that fireball or whatever it was go over her head and seeing Kiana take all that damage from it and from the Not Wolf, wants to just tell her, hang in there, Kiana. As soon as this is over and you make it through, I will bake you whatever you want. Probably not using the grain from here, but I do have some in my stash, and whatever you want, I'll bake it. Just hold on. And she wants to, if possible, gift her a point of courage.
Courage points are not really something that we've taken a lot of advantage in this system, although they are really cool. Like, we talk a lot of mad shit about this system for very good reason, but actually courage points are kind of a cool thing. They are basically like inspiration that you give yourself, that you can use. And I think probably because several of us forgot that they were a feature of the system, that we weren't using them, because we just expect the system to be bad at this point. You know what? I will say, because of the very special relationship that you have, and I don't know that I would let anybody else do this, but there is something about a grandma's encouragement that just will pick a child up in a way that nothing else really will. And Kiana for sure is a child in many ways. She, is wonderful and definitely a bad bitch, but also very like childlike in the way that she views and understands the world. And the simple fact that you believe in her is enough for her. Say less, Grandma. You absolutely can give her a courage point.
Thank you.
Absolutely. But what would you like to do for your turn? That's my question.
Well, having this guy right in front of her, having just kind of flicked him in the nuts, she's just going to turn her rolling pin around and just try to slam it up onto his head, or as high as she can get.
I love it. He's not that much taller than you. He's like a hulked out dude, but not tall. Like, he went this way because his body wasn't going to give him this way. You know what I'm saying?
Perfect. So she just wants to try to bring it down on his head.
Okay.
And she rolled 2 6s. Boxcars.
Critical damage. I love that. Go ahead, roll your damage and double it.
And what's my thing? I
don't know that that's really how this system, in case anybody was thinking about going and picking up this system for themselves, I don't know that that's how critical damage is done here. But look, if you roll crit, you get to double your damage. That's a foundation of every system that should be played. Am I wrong? Momo, you play a lot of games.
You're right, boss.
And I rolled an 11 on the dice.
God.
So 22 plus 2.
You, you know, you have great arm strength. Like there's lots of times where when you're trying to like smack walnuts and break them apart so that you can use them for baking, it's a bigger walnut, but like the system is still here. And you just bring this thing down right on like the crown of his head. Immediate blood, like head wounds bleed like nothing else. Immediate blood as he goes down like a bag of bricks. He is down and not moving for sure.
And she's like, and stay down.
Yeah.
And that's my turn.
That's a pretty killer turn. I can appreciate that. Coco.
All right. So she can't see the guy anymore. But she does see the wolf. And the wolf is fucking Kiana up. So she's gonna go ahead and scoot up a little bit and start charging her lightning bolt and aim that towards the big terrifying wolfish creature.
Excellent. And the wolfish creature is going to go, and sensing its master down, is not one to back away. He's just gonna try to go for Kiana again. That is a 12 to hit. Kiana, does that beat your defense? 12?
I have a 12.
You have a 12. All right, so you're going to take half damage.
Okay.
So that is, you're going to take 5 points of damage as this wolf shakes your thigh a little bit more, ripping just a little bit more of the skin there.
Okay. Let me do some math so I can figure out what my disadvantage is now.
Oh, no. Pepper.
Oh, they're getting fucked up.
All right. Am I like cloaked in darkness? Can I not see anything where I am? Or am I okay from my vantage point? I know I'm
from
pretty
where
close to that
you
guy.
are, you're okay. And you can see the dude right next to you.
Cool. Okay, great. I'm going to try and attack him again.
Okay.
Let's see how this goes. Okay, that's better. That's going to be... Where is it? 12.
12 hits.
Oh, nice. That's going to be 13 damage.
13, I think. If I'm not wrong. Oh, so close. He is looking hurt. He is not looking happy at all. Why did my... Sorry guys, hold on one second. When I put in my other earbud, because they don't last through the whole stream, it switched both of my ear pods to the other computer. Isn't that great? Thanks, Windows. You're the best.
Yeah. You
Hey.
can blame it on this shitty system.
I'm definitely blaming it on the shitty system for sure.
Why they put his ass in jail.
Yep.
Jail.
The only time we approve of jail.
The only time we approve. Not wrong. Pepper, yeah, you slice down on this dude, and he is looking rough. He is looking like he is near to meet an untimely end, and you see this kind of wild and cornered look in his eyes, which generally is not a great look, because when people have nothing to lose, they have nothing to lose. But he kind of looks around and realizes that he is alone currently, other than the not wolf. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I think I'm gonna just be prepared for the next round.
Okay.
I don't want to move too far away from him in case he makes a break for it.
I love it. Lane, now that battle is almost concluded and you can finally join it.
But it's not over yet, boss.
No, it's not.
It's not over yet, and I can sneak my little dwarfin butt in there and get some hits in because this wolf
Absolutely.
who's been going ham on my buddy Kiana is about to get dealt with. So, yeah, Lane is just gonna do like a little twirl around Kiana and be like, "Okay, I got you, just like I said," and like just come out swinging like with axes like in their hand and just like spin around and just like slice it into the wolf, like going for basically beheading this thing, like I'm gonna come and save the day. You hear like a little toodaloo from her flute axe, and then it's spinning.
All right, go ahead. Roll your attack.
All right, let's go. Dice don't fuck me. That's a 7 on the dice. Where's my
Real
weapon?
close.
It's plus my what?
Armed combat.
Armed combat. What? Armed combat. I'm so blind.
It is.
You see, folks, you don't get to do combat all session, and then, is it on my weapon?
It's on like your skills list.
My +5. It's +5, so
12.
Yeah.
That is what you needed to hit him. So yeah, go ahead.
Let's go. So then, let's go. Okay. Ooh, okay. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 14 damage, boss.
14 damage as you come around and you're like, Kiana, I got your back. It's okay. I'm going to take his head off. And in fact, that is exactly what you do. Swinging down your personally handcrafted axe flute, coming down hard along this thing's spine. You hear it crack in multiple places as the sinew, the fur, the skin, the muscle slides off. Cat? Just let him in. And he turned around and started scratching again. You absolutely behead this wolf, and with nary a whimper, it goes right down. Its head's still attached to Kiana's thigh, just that the body goes down.
She like looks around at that and she's like, "Who wants wolf steaks?" Looks over at the individual over by Pepper who's still up, yeah?
Yep.
And like shoots them a look like, "Who wants wolf steaks?" Like her head like just swings around and she points her flute axe over at them and just brings the flute to her and just and then just is like glaring just like demonically with the fire in her eyes.
I love it. Kiana, what would you like to do?
Let's see. Okay, so Kiana would probably at this point. Okay, yeah, I would probably try. It's probably a bad idea, but what Kiana would do is she would probably try to grab the head that's attached to her thigh and try to like rip the jaw open so that she can get this thing off of her thigh.
Sure. Give me a strength check.
Eight. And strength is a 2. So that's a 10 minus 3 is a 7.
You go and like it's sustained a lot of damage, okay? Not the least of which is the beheading that it finds itself currently positioned around your thigh without its head to support it. And as you go to like put one hand under your thigh to release the bottom teeth that are grasping up, and you rip its lower mandible straight off the head. And it releases, and you can continue holding it, or you can throw it onto the floor.
Oh no, Kiana's definitely gonna hold it. She's gonna like tuck it under her arm like a football, and just be like, "Okay, what's next. Like who? Like I probably like we'll look around like okay, what's like what who is left that we have to fight.
I love that. Burnt Coin, thank you so much for the gift subs. That's very, very generous on our last
Will.
night as Kiana holds a wolf head football style, the tongue of the wolf like just hanging there because there's no lower mandible, right? It's just like hanging, which is not football like. But football's also not a sport here, so who would know the difference? And with that, it is Athdal Greyskank's turn, and he immediately puts his hands up, and he says, "Don't hurt me, please don't hurt me." And he just sits there and like waits and hopes that nobody hurts him. And before we get back to the top of initiative, I feel like this is a good place for us to take a little bit of a break. We're right on time anyway, so we're going to go take a quick break, get some hydration, grab some snacks if your stomach is filling up to that after this particularly bloody battle. And we will see you back in a few minutes. Thanks, everybody. Oh, yeah. No, I'm good. My mic's. No, you bitch ass bitch.
What just happened?
OBS, you unrelenting bitch.
What happened?
Oh no, I see.
Oh,
Oh.
we are suited.
So this is brought to you by the guy who made the system.
Dude, can't believe he did this.
He made a really shitty
You
system and is
guys.
in jail because of look what he just did to our OBS.
Jail.
Yep.
You guys,
Straight to jail.
it's so
Acts of homophobia right here, folks.
it's
The
so
misogyny.
off.
Classic
Oh
act of
my
homophobia.
god. Okay, you know what? That's okay. That's a thing.
Everyone's hiding.
Hey!
Who turned out the lights?
You know what? I went to the wrong scene in OBS.
Oh, look at that.
Look, it is still a shitty system.
And it's still the
that
guy's
has
fault.
not changed. But also I'm a professional and can click the one that actually says this is the game. So we're back. Welcome back, everybody. I hope that you got to stretch your legs and get a drink. And hi, Gypsy Danger. Thanks for coming, first-time viewer. Thanks for saying chat. Hello. If you are new to DMDM Studios, please hit follow and follow these fine people. Even though you won't see us back here next Friday night, there will be other amazing stories to be told. So hit follow, and we'll get back to our story. Before we left, our heroes had vanquished at least a few enemies, scaring the pants off of Athdor Greyskank, as he is become affectionately known, or not affectionately. And the main quarry that they had been looking for is somewhat vanished in a thick, choking smoke that Penn finds herself trying to look through. Although she did hear something that may indicate that he's no longer in the room with them. So as you look over this aftermath of battle, it doesn't take long, Penn, before the smoke starts to dissipate and spread out, and you see that indeed you are alone in this space. Lothan seemingly has escaped, but for now it seems that whatever power he was trying to call, whatever he was trying to summon, has been stopped for the moment. A slight whimper comes from the man who is left standing there. And you hear the young Sandy Banks girl hadn't quite fully retreated. She stayed around to see if she could find some kind of inner strength to join you all, but she didn't completely flee in terror. And yeah, I guess my question is, what are you all doing next? Is anybody gonna handle, how are you guys handling the dude? Athdal Greyskank.
Very roughly.
Lane is just
Pepper's
staring
very
him down
short,
still.
but she's real mad.
Yeah, Lane is just staring.
She's kind of standing there with a sword
Intensely.
and like blood dripping down her face from the scar, and just like, don't you dare move. Being very intimidating, as much as she can anyway.
Yeah.
Lane is playing a very intimidating like song on her flute and just glaring, just freaking glaring daggers at this fool.
Coco's still got the lightning like ready to go from her previous turn, so she's like staring at him like, "Don't make me fucking do it. If you move, like you're gonna be
Sparks.
become an outline on the wall."
I
Don't
love
fucking
that.
do it.
Sparks are shooting as you try to maintain this grip of power. Your hair's starting to float as the static is swirling around you, creating this terrifying visage of an elf magician. And he is summarily frightened. Pepper, you notice first as you notice his gray, kind of light heather gray hoodie style robes become just a little bit darker gray around the crotch area as he wets himself in terror.
That's how intimidating I am. For sure.
Absolutely.
Well, that's conductive.
Damn
What is somebody going? I guess my question is somebody going to kill him, or is somebody going to try to talk to him, or something different?
Kiana's definitely gonna threaten him. Now that I got this wolf's head that's just tucked neatly under here, I'm gonna take out one of my throwing knives. I'm gonna put my great axe up, take one of my throwing daggers, and like kind of point at him like a this motion and be like, "You're gonna tell us everything, or I'm gonna kill you and break your jaw like I did this wolf."
Yeah, I will tell you anything that you want. What do you need? What can I tell you?
I'm gonna be like, "Tell me, where did the other guy go?"
Um, and he looks around and he's like, I don't know. This isn't, I don't live here. I don't know.
And be like, "Listen."
I'm
And then
listening.
I'm gonna
I'm
like get
listening.
closer. I'm gonna get closer and like be limping as I'm going there because like my freaking thigh is still gashing. I'm gonna be like, "Listen, Kiana is not here for these games.
Who's Kiana? He's gonna look at
Tell
Pepper. Who's
me
Kiana?
where your man went."
I don't know where he went. He was here. There was smoke. Maybe he was the smoke. I don't know. Maybe she killed him. I don't know.
Then I'm gonna like look at Penn to be like, "Wait, did you kill him? Did you? Is that what happened?"
I wish. I think there must be a passageway here. I heard something, possibly like a secret passage.
I'm gonna be like, "Okay, next question." like,
Like
what
that
were
cop,
you
Kiana.
doing here?
He told me he could teach me some of the stuff, and I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn some. I'm really sorry. I wanted to learn some stuff. I didn't realize that you
What?
guys would come down here and like hurt everybody.
What was he gonna teach you? How
Like,
to tap dance?
How to use
What?
magic?
You
Maybe
tell me.
do you want to teach me how to tap dance? I'd be open to that.
If I
he wanted
teach you
to
how
teach
to
me
tap
magic.
dance, it's gonna be bad for you, man.
I don't want to learn to tap dance. I don't want to learn to tap dance anymore.
Good, because I'm a great tap dancer. But in your case, it would not be good.
Okay, I won't learn.
And then I'll just be like, I'm gonna still look at him like this. And I'm gonna be like, "Wait, do y'all have any more questions to ask us? I don't know. I'm running out of questions."
Ask him what he was summoning.
What were you gonna summon,
The
little man?
shadows. Look, we were trying. He was trying. He wanted to. Lothan said that he could be the ruler of this town, and like that it would be better because then he could give me powers that like then I could do stuff like he could do like did you see the fire thing that he did with his fingernails? That was so cool, and I wanted to learn how to do that, but I don't want to anymore. I don't want to do that anymore.
Do you think I think that's cool?
It was
Did you really just say that to me?
It was pretty, I mean, if you don't think it was cool, I guess that's subjective, but I thought it was pretty cool. It was his fingernails.
I don't care if there were some fingernails. And I'll let
Hey,
Pepper
kid, listen. Just between you and me. Is your name Seth by any chance?
No, I don't. He talked about a Seth. He really hated that dude. I think he kicked his ass in high school. I don't know what the whole story was, bro. Like, that's way before me.
All right, that's all the questions I had. Kiana, please go back to beating this guy up.
No, wait. I can answer. I'm sure. Let me think. Just let me think about Seth. Seth. That's the guy who he put like the books and the jewelry in his trunk, right? That's that guy?
Yes.
He really didn't like him, you know, his sister, and he kind of like very carefully does not want to point at Kiana, is like very specific about hand movements at this point, and is like pointing like around Kiana at the girl. Like Seth was that's his sister, and then Seth kicked Lothan's ass in high school about his sister, and like so then he didn't want him in town anymore. Like that's all I know, man. That's all I know.
Huh.
Are you saying he's
right,
like
good.
playing with dark magic because he got his heart broken like 10 years ago?
Look, I don't know what his whole story was, but like there are wounds that don't heal, right? Like sticks and stones may break your bones, but words stick with you. Like Christina Aguilera sang about it. I don't know what to tell you.
I would be like,
Well,
how do
as
you see her?
Shania Twain once said, that don't impress me much. So all I'm saying is that you better watch yourself, kid. All
I'm
right?
watching. I'm
You just
watching.
watch yourself.
Can,
And I think Pepper's going to go over and look at where this guy was just before he disappeared.
okay.
While everybody else is getting their licks in.
Yeah, Kiana's gonna go and like, we're gonna step closer to him and be like, I got my eye on you. I'm watching you. And then she's gonna take a little bit of blood from the wolf and kind of like poke him in the cheek, like watching you.
And he's just gonna stay as still as he can, and like just a little bit more pee for sure comes out. Like,
Well, and
then I'll just do a shoulder thing, like boom, get out of my way, shrimp, and just walk over there to where Pepper and Pen are.
and he like
limping.
immediately falls to the ground and just starts whimpering. Pepper, give me a search check. Pen, you're right there. You can do the same.
And while they're interrogating this guy, I'm just gonna like calmly walk over to the Sandy Banks girl
Mm-hmm.
and just be like, all right, so I'm teaching Anualda self-defense tomorrow morning. I think maybe you should join. Just so like this doesn't happen again. Just some basic moves.
I really appreciate that so much. Thank you. Yes, like I don't usually hang out with her that much, but I will do this. That sounds great.
I would not recommend hanging out with her more, but definitely just for this one thing.
Absolutely. There's like a bunch of us that are. Could I invite some more people to that?
Absolutely.
That
would be. I think the more, especially young women, can learn to protect themselves, the less you're going to end up in dark rituals. So this is good.
Man, that is so wise. Thank you, ma'am, so much. I appreciate that. I absolutely, I will go around and let everybody know. Is it day out there right now? I don't know how long I've been down here.
Night. I think I was drunk when I came down here, so I'm not entirely sure.
Right. You know what? That's no problem. I don't mind. I'll go tell them tomorrow morning. Where are we meeting?
At the manor house yard area. We're gonna do it at Anualda's house. Yeah.
Oh, great. Okay. Great. Awesome. Okay. I will for sure get, thank you so much. And she like gives you this big hug. And,
awkward. Cool.
and as she pulls away, you see like the front of her shirt is just like smothered in blood, and but it's not hers, and she's pretty happy about that. I love that. Pepper, sorry, what'd you roll for that search?
An 8.
An 8. Pen?
6.
Those are numbers. Great. Was that your boyfriend, Nikki, that was laughing? I heard somebody.
That was mine.
That was yours. I see. Okay, great. I love that so much. As you search around the walls here, you don't find the specific mechanism, searching like this very small chunk of the walls, but you do see that there is at least a small bookshelf kind of over in the corner. You kind of notice it out of the corner of your eye. And Coco, you would see it too. Like you're used to when there are books and scrolls and things, they usually have decent information in them. And if this dude could use magic, perhaps some magical information in them. Most of these are books of magic, but not books of magic as you might study, Coco. These are more books of dark magic, scrolls that are in dark language, and one that shall not be uttered here. And on a small desk, There is a journal that accounts, like this dude kept like a Lisa Frank diary with like one of those little keys, you know, that was like the same key on all
With
50,000
psychedelic animals on the
Yeah,
front.
yeah, you know.
Is it a
There-
jaguar?
Like a dolphin.
Oh yeah, dolphin or unicorn.
Yeah.
For sure, it's all of
All
those
of
things.
that. Oh.
And they're all like bright neon colors. Absolutely. And there is a small pouch in this desk. It seems to clink in the way that coins normally do. And you find this journal, but you don't find a mechanism for whatever the release latch is for his escape area.
Flipping through the journal, would there happen to be any sort of like, some people write down their passwords. Did he write down like how this thing works?
Yeah, is this guy a boomer? Like,
I love that so much. Give me a. There's like 67 skills that you can put points in, and reading is not one of them. Give me just like.
language? Lore?
Give me
Wits, maybe?
yeah, give me a wits check. That's
Okay,
just to see if you can like flip through it and
Okay. So that's a 10 total. She's like flipping through the book like, bullshit fire spell. Not even that impressive. Like
you do find a couple of entries that, you know, kind of talk about his life growing up. It didn't seem to be a really great, welcoming place. He was a little bit of a nerd, and he probably had some pretty lacking social skills, but also he's just kind of a dick. Like these journal entries don't come off as like this is an awful place and I am better than it. It's more like this is an awful place and I am entitled to be treated better, so I will come back and make them all pay later. You know, like it gives off a strong incel vibe, right?
Yeah.
And in particular, one from a winter month, you can tell because like there's quite a bit of wax dripping from the candle that he must have used, and it says, "Finally, someone notices that I have great power, but I have found one that makes me look small. The dark man I met has begun to teach me things I could never have learned in Bafstead. I've never seen much of his face. Always he is hooded and cloaked in black. But that does not matter. All that matters is the power I am learning." And then another one quite a ways later in the journal, and it says, Bafstead
She's got her
is...
own, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
She's got her own journal off to the side. She's like, unfathomable dark master. Got it. Like, this is going to be really good to Lane, like kind of ushering her over.
Absolutely. There's a cautionary tale here. This one says, Bafstead is as full of fools as I can remember. I have started to make plans to deliver this land to my master, but I must be careful and not arouse my father's suspicions. The very next entry. That old fool, he snuck down the stairs and caught me at my studies. Then he flew into a rage and said he would denounce me to the entire village. This I could not have, therefore I offered him to my dark master. My father was embraced by the darkness, and now I can move forward without that hindrance.
And then you said Coco like is back.
Yeah, Coco is like letting people know these deets as she's going through it.
Yeah, Lane like zoops over there and she's like trying to peek, but she's kind of small and she's just like, what?
Shoots down really bad for her back.
And is it the guy that's like over there in the corner like pissing
No,
himself?
it's the
like
dude that fled, I think.
Okay, that.
Yeah.
The Miller.
Okay.
Yeah,
absolutely. Got you. Okay, got you.
A few weeks after he killed his father, I have a new opponent. One of the farmers here in town seems to have something of the gift of foresight. Last night I was using a far-seeing spell to see what the fools in town are doing, and I saw Hardbrace writing in his journal. He suspects me. I must stop him. I will let him be embraced by the darkness too. Next entry. It is done. The fool was easy to catch. He squealed like a pig as I opened him to the darkness. But I know soon I will receive minions.
This guy is way too into the darkness. We should probably get him a girlfriend.
Ooh,
I am the
let's-
darkness. Don't make that a woman's problem. Like,
Yeah, I don't think anyone would be equipped to
Yeah,
handle that.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's a terrible
should-
idea.
he should release himself to the darkness.
A few weeks go by. Several entries. I can read them all. There's like 36 in this DM's. They don't include women, but they included 36 fucking journal entries. So I'm picking and choosing. It says, darkness has rewarded me. Tonight I watched Dronic steal money from his uncle. I must put this to good use. Now I will have my revenge on Sandy Banks and that trollop he calls a sister. This dude is such a
He
dickhead.
mad press.
All up. Oh my god.
Things progress well. Seth Sandybanks has been seized for the theft, and Dronic is too weak to confess. I have offered to defend Seth due to our friendship. I laugh to see them all think I do this for him. Now my stroke falls. Vrol's attacks on the town have everyone ready to jump out of their skin. The last entry. The latest entry. I was almost undone. 3 command spells, and I almost fainted. But I won. My power is pure, and I can feel the heart of darkness. Each one of the court turned on Sandy Banks under my spell. When I almost fainted in the courtroom, everyone thought it was due to trying to help that cur. Fools.
Yeah, this guy's cold-blooded.
So Doric's name came up.
Dronic.
Dronic, yeah.
Dronic, Doric, same thing, right?
Same dude.
Right.
So as Kiana is probably wait, is this being read out loud for all of us to hear, or
Yeah.
okay. So as Kiana's like sliding down the side of the wall because she's still losing probably a good bit of blood, she's gonna be like Dronic, like in this very like I can't, like a Dinkelberg type of way,
Oh my god.
because she already doesn't like him, and the fact that his name has been brought up in this journal is like making things even worse. And for the fact that, she's got a little tiny bit of a soft spot for the princess, and she just thinks that he's trash. So she's like, so as I'm just sliding down, I got my the head of the wolf just chilling right here as I'm sliding down the wall and just like Dronic. That's my
Don't
bit.
have any sort of healing abilities.
Even as I'm going down, Coco.
Yes.
I'm really good
all right,
at
but
ropes.
yes.
Do you want a tourniquet? I can make you a tourniquet.
You can use my
Oh my
vest as a
God.
bandage.
We
When
don't
starts
need to do
unbuttoning
that.
her vest.
I could do something a little bit more permanent. Is anyone else hurt? Not feeling good?
I'm raring to go. Let's go get him. We got the proof
I'm
right
not
here.
feeling very well.
Okay.
I'm down to dazed.
Okay, so you two, come here and let's give me 10 minutes. Or 1 minute.
I love that
That's a good
Kiana's
one.
like sliding down a wall about to faint, and Coco's like, come over here and let me heal you.
I'll be like,
It takes a lot to
Work on
handle
my-
this.
I'll
just
be right
slides
there.
over.
Want me to do
Slides
everything
over.
for you?
It's a flesh wound.
It's such an elf thing. Like, it's just so true to character. I love it so much.
As Coco is gonna do this, Lane just starts playing a very relaxing song in preparation for kind of what's just gone down, to make sure that if anyone's feeling wary or about to feel wary, she's gonna like raise their spirits with her little flute axe. I'll use my Gladden.
Getting healed listening to Enya is just like a spa. This is nice.
Yeah, and it like it goes hard for a little bit, and then it goes back to relaxing, and then she's just like, oh, she looks around. Yeah, she like looks around. She's just like, did anyone notice that? And then she's just like, huh, okay.
Yeah, and I think while the music is being played and everything, Grandma Nellie will go around to everybody and offer them either a sticky bun or a shot of apple brandy, depending on which they need, or both if they need.
I don't think we need to be more drunk.
Incorrect. Definitely she's having a little bit herself.
Lane definitely takes 2 shots.
Speak for yourself. After reading that, she's like,
I will definitely take a sticky bun. Like, as I'm about to pass out, like, just.
If you're gonna go, like, there are worse ways.
Right. If Kiana's gonna go, she's gonna go with a sticky bun in her hand.
With a sticky bun in one hand
my God,
and a wolf head in the other. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Kiana.
And so, for narrative's sake, I will say absolutely Coco rather, manages to staunch the bleeding and give a little bit of energy and sprite back to Kiana and Pepper, and you begin to make your way back up through the mill and towards the white plow. Over the course of the evening, although it was already quite late in the evening when you all left the white plow in search of things, well after dinner time, there's still a few people in the plow as you come in, just covered in fucking blood. Some of it your own, much of it not. And you all come in. I assume that somebody had brought the self-piss covered wannabe mage and kind of handed him off to somebody who would put him in some kind of jail or holding cell. And in fact, Harv Heathertoes, the chef here at the White Plow, comes immediately out, grabbing this dude by his ear and taking him with a few of the other, with actually his daughters who help run the inn. And they just like, they are like Louisa from Encanto. They just like pick this dude up and take him right on down. And you do not see him outside of, the few reasons when you are called to give some testimony as to what happened in front of the Anualda's father, the magistrate Bellwether. Most of, in the following days, there is one person other than Lothan who is hard to find in the town, and that is the minstrel, the bard Dronic, is withdrawn and largely keeping to himself. The night comes it takes about 2 days, and the town insists that you stay, and they would like to throw a feast for you, saving them. And as the party is kicking up and there is so much, everybody brings potluck style. There is so much food. Grandma Nellie was welcomed into whichever kitchen she would like to prepare anything as well. And as this party is full force, Kiana, you in particular, because you have a hard hate on for this dude, you notice Dronic come down the stairs. and the crowd kind of gets a little bit quiet because he's not really been around, and he stands up on the stage, plucks his little kind of like mid-size between like a guitar and a ukulele. I don't know what that is, but it's kind of that mid-size piece. Plucks it a couple times, and when all eyes are on him, he strums a few melancholy chords that do not match the energy of this party.
Can Lane stop him?
Absolutely.
Can Kiana boo?
All right, that's enough. That's enough. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Come
Let
on.
him feel his feelings. Lane, just let him feel.
Kiana's
gonna be like, you suck.
Yeah, you suck. Hey, he can feel his feelings on his own time. Read the room, buddy. And she's gonna like run up there and just like slide onto the stage.
I
pull out
love
the flute
that.
axe and like nudge him.
Go, Lane, let's go.
She like fist bumps with her flute axe, like just like goes freaking hard, just rips it out on the flute axe.
And he just stands there, kind of jaw dropped and agape as you bring kind of the party back to life, and you return the good energy to the area. Eventually he kind of realizes, that he's still standing there next to you, and he steps backwards, almost stumbling off the stage. And you see him go up to his aunt who runs the White Plow, whisper into her ear a few words, and you see her lean back, look at him. And Grandma Nellie, you recognize the look that comes across her face. And those of you who were disappointments to your parents recognize the look that comes across her face. I'm not going to call you out. I don't out people for that. And you would know who you are. And she nods, and he starts to walk over towards Magistrate Bellwether, who is like, as much as possible, trying to hold court in this room that is a giant party and is not set up for him to hold. It's not like a wedding where the bride and groom are sat at the front, right? He's kind of in the middle of things. And people are talking to him, and he is quite popular, obviously. But Dronic goes over and leans over, whispers something into his ear. And you see him stand up, and a serious look come across his face as well. And he follows Dronic and Miss Heather Toes over to the corner of the room, and you see his face turn bright red, and his little stubby finger pokes out and pokes him, Dronic, in the chest several times, and he's not happy about whatever it is that they're talking about.
Lane switches up the music, and she's just like, yeah, like it's a little bit like angry rockish, but it's on a flute. It kind of works.
Absolutely. Look, Lizzo can do anything with her flute.
You're right. You're very right.
Too. So
absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah, and you kind of direct the room and the mood, Lane, and as you start to pick it up, you go quiet at the right moments to hear Magistrate Bellwether's voice rise above the rest of the sound, and soon everybody has turned to look, and your music is this sort of dramatic backdrop to this conversation that's happening. And finally, when Dronic realizes that everybody is listening to him, he turns and takes a deep breath, and like just tears rolling down his face. He says, "Friends, I must say something. For months you have thought that Seth Sandybanks was the one that was causing the dark times. But a few nights ago, a group of adventurers set that to rights." And he kind of points to you, and the crowd, yeah! And the crowd starts cheering and clapping, and you see the old farmer who Nellie got her milk from kind of raise his glass, and several of the hobbits are a joyous people. You see even kind of the dwarf blacksmith is kind of keeping to himself in the back corner of the room, but even he, begrudgingly nods to the situation. Andronic says, "But now you must know the rest of the truth. It was not Seth Sandybanks that stole the money from my Uncle Harv. It was I. I did it to cover up some debts that I had run up, and I cannot tell you how sorry I am. And I know that nothing I do can make up for deeds of the past." And at this point, you hear Anualda, the princess, go, "It's okay, sweetie. We will all forgive you. You had to do what you had to do."
So you super suck now.
Why does nobody ever let people feel their feelings in this town? Dang.
Speak for yourself.
I love it. He says, I cannot tell you how sorry I am for what I have done, and I know that nothing I do could make up for the deeds of the past. But I am leaving town now, and I will find Seth and return him to Bafstead. This I swear. And he kind of looks. You see him just pause long enough to be like, he's trying to wait for somebody to beg him, like, not to go. And you do hear Anualda start to be like, no, that we can send somebody to find him.
Go on then! Get out of here and go forth on your quest!
Kiana's just gonna politely.
I'm so sorry.
Kiana's gonna politely like smush the princess's face as she's trying to talk. Like, let him go.
I'm so sorry, Sarah. I love you.
Kiana, I love that. No, that's fine. I love Kiana goes to gently, but nothing Kiana does is gentle. And she like smacks her face backwards against like the chair that she's sitting in. And instead of, "No, don't go, we'll send somebody," what you hear is, and
He says to go forth and hurry back.
the young minstrel turns and leaves the white plow, and the crowd is so stunned that no one stops him as he leaves the inn and walks out to the dark. Kiana, I should say no one but Anualda tries to, but Kiana's got that on lock. So
got it on lock.
So no one ends up stopping him as he leaves. The next few days are spent basking as Lane quickly returns the party vibes. The next few days are spent basking in the adulation of the people of Bafstead. Brontis Bellwether, magistrate himself, pays your bill at the White Plow. He pays you each 30 silver pieces as promised for dealing with the foxes. And Lane, perhaps most surprisingly, at the end of the night, as you're finishing up your final set for the evening, you notice that off to the corner, the dwarf blacksmith is waiting there to try and catch your attention.
Oh, I'm pretty perceptive, boss. So I seek out my fellow dwarf over there. Yeah.
You get close, and under the soot and kind of like the roughness that is not unusual to you. You're a dwarf. You know what craftsmen look like. There is a glint of like a bead that stands out in the beard.
You know, might you have some glue on you? You know, no. This is a bit embarrassing for me, as you see. I assure you, I am not you know, I'm a dwarven woman. Believe it or not, she's just like fumbling with the you know,
I love the Abe Lincoln beard.
I hate it, dude. It's so bad. It's such a bad look. This should have been one piece, you know, like
yeah.
There is, as you're kind of nervous about your own beard, you incite a little bit of like anxiety in the blacksmith, and they go and like start to rub some of the soot out, and you notice the particular braids and beading. This is not a male dwarf. This is the town blacksmith that doesn't really talk a lot, and cruelly has been misgendered by the well-meaning townsfolk. Her cheeks get bright red, and she says, "You you have a lot of talent, and I just wanted to say thank you for coming and being a good role model. And Miss Sandy Banks, who I've been trying to, get her attention for a little bit, she noticed my braids, and I just wanted to tell you that, like, you're part of the reason that, like, we're gonna go out on a date next week, and thanks. And she, like, gives you a hug.
Yeah, Lane goes and gives her a hug and like swings around, and she's just like, "Hell yeah! I love to see my fellow dwarven women winning." And they say we don't exist. We are just but a rare breed. A rare breed. It's okay. I've been mistaken sometimes for a most handsome dwarven man, but I told them there's no man dwarf as handsome as me, for I'm a woman dwarf.
And she just, you feel like a little bit of moisture on your neck as like some tears seep out from her, and she just gives you like a really big hug, and then and she goes, and your musical stylings are amazing, and you are a credit to your family, and I'm so proud that you came and saved our town. Thank you. And as she kind of wanders off, she goes over, and you notice as she sits down next to Blossom Sandy Banks that they kind of like hold hands under the table very sweetly, and
calm down, holding hands
now. and the next few days are just kind of a wave of fun, and Hobbit celebrations don't just end, right? They're a bit like Indian weddings. Like they have legs. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you've ever had the pleasure of being to one. They go and go and
they don't
hard.
Stop.
They do not.
Stop. Won't stop. Can't stop.
And the party goes on for a few days. But in the back of your minds, Lothan has still escaped, and there are still some mysteries to be uncovered. And the feeling, Coco, of darkness, even after you had the site of the basement really thoroughly cleaned, there is still some existing of shadow over this area. And while it isn't kind of suffocating as it was when you first came to town, your business may not be concluded. But for this adventure, we will conclude this story. And I will say thank you to my amazing table. These last few weeks have just been such an incredible journey. A huge applause for all of you for doing this. This has been so wonderful. Can I go around and I'll get each of you to maybe just say what the next few months hold for your character and what they would be doing, and then after that we'll kind of go around and you can tell everybody where else you're from. But I want to hear about what do your characters do next. If there's a few months, if we were able to reassemble this fine fellowship into another limited series, what happens in the between times of a few months? We'll go alphabetical, and I'll have Ark, our lovely Penn Gondorian noble, to go first.
Yeah, Penn's mission in life is to just like gain notoriety as like a very far down the line youngest sibling. So she'd definitely still be chasing rumors of like dark shadows or battles, people looking for hire. And if it just so happens to be in the north, because that's where we are, she's probably basically a mercenary for hire and chasing any good stories so she can be a part of it.
I love that. Thank you. Coco.
All right. Well, wherever Wayne goes, Coco goes. So those two will be together. But in the meantime,
confidants.
Yeah, where they were confidants. In the meantime, she's going to be definitely picking through this dude's library. And if there's any interesting non-evil spells, looking into those, expanding her own magical prowess, and also befriending every single animal in town.
Do you befriend both different sets of chickens?
Yeah, she definitely tries to like bridge the gap, but she realizes she's like in over her head and there's some like intergenerational like beef between these chickens.
Oh
There's
my
beef
God.
amongst the poultry.
Coco, the poultry therapist. I love this so much. That is its own spin-off show. That's just a buddy cop show for
Oh my
sure.
gosh.
I love
Yes.
that. JJ, what does Kiana do?
Um, well, I think probably I feel like Kiana would go anywhere that Grandma Nellie goes. I think just because of the fact that I feel like Kiana has gained a newfound respect for Grandma Nellie, not only with her mad baking skills, but also like from a warrior standpoint, because she did pretty well in both of the battles that they were both. And she is also kind of like that maternal figure that Kiana kind of never had. So she would definitely be wherever Nellie goes, and just like it's kind of like I got her back wherever she goes. I go, and then along the way, also still kind of looking for clues about where her brother is. But she's kind of like pretty much just like wandering. She hasn't like there's nothing really urgent or anything that she's really doing. So yeah, that's what I probably would say she'd be doing.
I love that. And Grandma Nellie.
Oh, that's actually perfect because Grandpa Nellie basically has unofficially adopted Kiana and was going to go wherever she went. So I think they would probably go off collecting plants and looking for any clues that they could find on her brother and just spend the time touring around and in the north.
I love
and
it.
baking, of course, when they get a chance.
I love it. Max.
Yeah. Well, first thing, Max is kind of going to start her own little girl gang with all the people she's teaching self-defense to.
Yes.
And then after that, it's just like trying to sharpen her skills. They are not necessarily the like find the clues, figure out the problem. So they're just kind of waiting for like the rest of the gang to come back and like tell them what the mission is. And yeah, until then, they're just working on their swords and like teaching the girls how to get out of a hold and stuff.
I love it. My headcanon is that Brontes Bellwether is so enamored with the fact that you're teaching his daughter and the town's girls to be safe that he grants you the hard brace haunted space, and you like manage to like clean it up and turn it into like a little dojo for the people in town who need it.
I love it.
And that's exactly definitely what happens.
Max's gym.
Max.
Oh my God.
I love it.
I
That's
love
so
it
good.
so much. Now we need like a gym tank with barley escape maneuver, chickens,
And a chicken.
and cinnamon rolls.
With
Oh
a
my
horse that's on
gosh.
fire, like just thing.
I love it. So amazing. What about Pepper?
So Pepper's got the sea in her blood, and she's very far away from the sea. But I think what Pepper would do is find there's a lake nearby, right? I think he said. Is there a
There's
lake
several.
nearby?
Yeah, there's a river
Right.
and a lake.
So I think Pepper, for the most part, is spending most of her time fishing, just trying to catch that breeze in her hair. And in between that, she's also just kind of going around town and seeing if there's like odd jobs that she can do, trying to like, get more skills because she knows fishing. She knows ropes and knots and stuff, but she doesn't know much else. So she's just kind of trying to gather bits and pieces of knowledge to kind of help her on her journey when they eventually move on.
I love that. And definitely there are lots of people that are looking for support and for help. And you learn a variety of skills, some sheep wrangling skills, especially if you're staying close by in Bathstead. Some sheep wrangling skills. I'm sure Grandma Nellie would teach you how to do some baking. I imagine that Kiana would gladly eat everything that you try.
Good. It's going to be a rough couple of starts, so.
Yeah, no matter how rough it is, I will eat it all.
Absolutely. Kiana like softens over her time with Nellie, and she becomes very like, you're doing a great job. This Kiana really likes this. you know, and I think that that's so good. Lane, last but not least, our dwarf female, proving that they exist.
Yes.
What do you
We
do?
do exist. We are out here. So yeah, Lane definitely like charges out into the world with Coco probably like worriedly like following behind her. I feel like Lane always like leads the charge and it's just like, yeah, let's go. And and Coco's like, oh shit, here we go. Like as you saw, like Lane's good at some things and not good at some other things, like fighting, believe it or not. So I feel like when they get into battle, Coco like zaps from afar, and Lane's like, "Yeah, did you see that? I did that." Yeah, yeah. I feel like they just go around the place and yeah, just like explore. I imagine like they probably head back to the town every now and then. You know, like it's like a home base. You know, like hey and like hey guys, what's up? And then like they go out again and yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
So as our first journey comes to a close, our heroes go about their separate ways, but still maintain a connection that only sisters in arms would know, and we will wait to see what continuing adventures we have with our FIM Fellowship, the Rangers of the North. So I will go, I'm going to say thank you to a couple of people and then we'll go back around and let you all talk about the things that you're doing. I want to say a huge thank you to Derek at DMDM Studios for giving me this space to tell this story, trusting me to bring in a whole bunch of people, a few people that he knew, but a whole bunch of people that he didn't. And thank you so much for letting us tell this story and not being concerned in the slightest that we talked mad shit about a whole publishing system and company. Thank you for that. We really appreciate that. Thank you to Sean at Akin Foolish, who is live over on Vancouver by Night right now. But he wrote our theme music. And like I don't know how long you guys have been doing TTRPG. It is rare to get somebody who will do me. You usually have to pay for it, and most streams don't get it. And Sean has written me 6 or 7 different pieces of music when I've asked him to, and awesome. Did not even hesitate, even though this wasn't totally his experience, and just knocked it out of the park. So thank you to Sean. To my mod Singlis, who's been with us week after week after week and done such a good job just inviting everybody into chat, keeping things going, making sure that I don't forget to do stuff and texting me throughout and keeping our lore. Thank you so much. And I can't wait to see you in just a very short time. And mostly to my players, thank you all. Lulu, you know, this all started because Lulu posted on Twitter that she wanted to play something and she wanted to play D&D. And I said, well, we'll do Fims of the Yawning Portal. And we couldn't get a cast together. And that was like back in January. And it never left my mind that I wanted to do an all-film cast. And so when we got ready to do this, Lulu was like, that's it. Let's go. And thank you to all the rest of you who trusted me to lead this story. I so appreciate you all. And I love this story that we have told. And I'm just so proud to have spent these last 6 weeks with you. So with that being said, we'll go around and everybody can say where they can be found. And then we'll wrap up. Arc, why don't you tell us where you're at?
Hi, I'm Arcanian Ending, Arc for short. You can find me on my channel Sunday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, where I do a variety of games and yell about reality TV and all that kind of fun stuff. So I was going to say here on Fridays, but this is it. This is the last Friday.
This is the last one.
I know.
Yes, please go follow Arc. The commands are down again. Lydia, the commands are down again. We're gonna.
Julian.
Julian.
It's Julian's fault. We're blamed. No, of course not. But my Singlis will go and try and see if she can scroll up high enough to find the things, and we'll try to get them put in. In the meantime, Court.
Hey, I'm Court. You can find me at my Twitter, Court Games. Um, I play on Momo's channel, A Minstrel's Tale, in her Rhyme of the Frost Maiden stream. Currently taking a break, but we'll be back, when we'll be back. And I also occasionally guest on there playing games with her.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you. And JJ?
Hi guys, I am JJ, and you can find me on Twitter at JJ_Cray, or you can find me here on Twitch as Band Reaper 97. And yes, I am. So I'm a TTRPG chef. So yay, I can say that now.
That's awesome.
And so I do cooking streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesdays are cooking review shows where I have a guest come on, and myself and that guest we just watch like cooking fails and talk about how to better do those things, use better techniques, I guess I could say. And then Thursdays is when I do my TTRPG cooking streams. And currently we are going through the Heroes Feast cookbook. Super exciting. The recipes in there are the bomb. And I'm excited to finish that and then go do some other ones. I have like 5 other cookbooks to get through. So yay. So that's me.
So awesome. Thank you. Lulu, who started it all.
Hi, I'm Lulu, and I just want to say thank you so much, Sarah, for giving me this opportunity. You didn't actually turn out to be the first DM I ever played with, but you were the second. So, having always been a DM before, but I really appreciated when you reached out and when I said that for my 50th birthday I wanted to play in a game. That was just amazing, and just to everyone on the cast, thank you so much. It was my first time streaming, and this was an amazing experience. And I love the story, and I love Grandma Nellie, and I love all of you. You can find me on my Twitter, LuluNWA, and my Instagram, which I still can't remember, but it's in my link tree. And when I'm not playing games, I do a lot of photography where I take my minis in my Dwarven Forge, since I don't get a DM that much anymore either. And I create art pieces out of different scenes from my favorite podcasts. And I'm actually going to start doing a couple more podcasts. I just ordered the minis, so we'll be seeing some more scenes come out here in probably another month or 2.
Awesome. I cannot wait. They're so good. You're so talented. That's so
Thank
great. Lydia.
Yes, yeah, thank you so much. I'm Lydia. When I'm not playing TTRPGs, I write monster romance. I hopefully, if all goes well, will have a Kickstarter June 15th for the first book in my Fated Mates of the Apocalypse series. So you can find information on that and sign up for the newsletter to get updates when that goes live on my website, lydiasnerdverse.com.
Fantastic. And Nikki?
Hey everybody, Nikki here. I play Pepper. You can find me on pretty much every social media under I'm Poppy Field. I'll probably be making some more TikToks tonight while I'm still in costume before I clean the whole house in preparation for our road trip. I don't want to come back to this kitchen. It's not good, trust me. But I just want to say thank you guys for playing with me. This has been a blast, even though the system is garbage. But we made it something good, We took the good parts of this and really fleshed it out. I'm gonna miss these characters a lot. This has been a lot of fun getting to know all these characters. And thank you to Sarah. This has been fantastic. You are the best.
Yeah.
And you can also find some back episodes of my other series, Sandlin by Night, on YouTube. We're currently on our season break, but we'll be coming back for season 2 at some point soon. So catch up before then.
Awesome. And Momo? You're muted.
Oh, I'm muted, and my name's Momo. You can find me over on A Minstrel's Tale, and also a bunch of other different places. I stream Rhyme of the Frost Maiden on Saturdays, which is currently on a little bit of a break, but we will be coming back in June, on June 4th. So yeah, it'll be fun time. You can catch me this upcoming week on the 24th over at TTRPG, and that's like T as in like you sip the tea, like TEA. We are gonna be playing an awesomely gay pirate TTRPG, which is amazing. It's pirates and it's gay, and over on my channel we'll be doing a charity stream in June upcoming for the Southern Equality Foundation. So check that out. It'll be a lot of fun. And follow me on Twitter and Twitch if you want to see what I got going on. And yeah, thank you all. Like, this was seriously like so much freaking fun. Thanks for putting up with my chaos. And you know, short dwarf energy. it was seriously epic times.
It was an extremely epic times. Thank you again to my amazing table. You ladies have just made this so much fun and so amazing, beyond my wildest dreams for this. And you can find me at SMoreAD on Twitter. You can watch my show. The only other thing now, this was it. You can watch me on Community Cleric every week, where I interview different women in gaming and go deep on like why they're a nerd and all of the amazing things about them. And we go through a lot of dice porn. Like, we talk about dice and dice superstition a lot, which is one of my favorites. I pretty much created the show so that I could see people's dice, like low-key the truth. And then right after that, you can just go straight over to JJ's stream and watch her cook. So that's very convenient for you. And the other big project that I'm involved in, although you don't see me on screen very often, but I have greenlit 15 shows as of today. Wow. And for Girls Run These Worlds, at Girls Run Worlds on Twitter, Girls Run These Worlds on Twitch, and we have women creators, and we just did our first diversity sponsor, and we're 94% women across all 35 cast members. We are 52% BIPOC, 85% LGBTQ, 75% neurodivergent, 20% chronically ill or disabled, 30% not based in the US. Like, it is just such a diverse representation of women in gaming. I'm so proud of it. And in our first 30 days of being launched and having a Twitch channel, we made it to affiliate in the first 30 days. And like, you guys, I can't even tell you. So I'm really proud of the work we're doing there. So if you liked what you saw here, you're going to see a lot more of that over there. Thank you again to Derek, to Sean, to Singlis, to my cast. And we will see you around with the Rangers of the North at some point in our future. Bye, everybody. Oh, shit, we're going to raid somebody.
Raid! Someone, do you need someone to raid? Do you need someone to raid?
We need somebody to raid.
You need someone to raid? Okay.
Momo,
okay.
We've been doing this for 6 weeks.
I got you. I was going to say something, but I was like, waiting.
Let me also say that I can't actually raid because I can't initiate a raid on this channel, but we can put somebody. Yeah. Is Ryu streaming right now?
Ryu is streaming. Let's go.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, let's go to Ryu.
We're gonna go. We're gonna go hit Ryu up, who is one of the other founders of Girls Run These Worlds, and she's amazing. She's probably not doing anything D&D related. I'm sure she's playing a video game or something.
She's playing a video game.
We're gonna go raid her and for sure let her know that Sarah sent you. So thanks everybody, and now for reals, we will see you at some point in the future. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.